So in previous lecture we have finished with the introduction of vibrational spectroscopy or IR spectroscopy and various equations related with its energy of zero or energy of first order, energy of second order, energy levels. Okay. Now we will see the selection rule. Likewise we have seen for the rotational spectroscopy. Now for the rotational spectroscopy the selection rule is what? Delta J is equals to plus or minus 1. For absorption it is plus 1, for emission it is minus 1. So delta J should be equals to plus or minus 1. That is the selection rule for the microwave or rotational spectroscopy. But for the vibrational spectroscopy, along with the quantum mechanical selection rule, there is one another important rule, that is when the molecule will absorb the infrared radiation, there should be what? Change in its dipole moment. So the molecule, if the molecule will change its dipole moment, then only the infrared radiations are get absorbed by the molecule. So that is the basic important thing that like we have already seen in the introduction part in the what do you mean by dipole moment and its application to the IR spectroscopy. So the first and basic condition is that in order to absorb the infrared radiation during the vibration, there must be change in the dipole moment of the molecule. Okay, there must be change in the dipole moment of the molecule, and according to this selection rule, any change in the magnitude or the direction of dipole moment during the vibration giving rise to the oscillation in the dipole moment, which can interact with the oscillating electric field, that is the component of what? External infrared radiation. And once that radiation of infrared radiation matches with the frequency of this oscillation, there occurs a resonance, and hence it will be giving rise to the absorption of radiations, and we can now measure the which radiations are absorbed. So in order to know the frequency of that vibration, molecule must possess some dipole moment. Okay, so this dipole moment is an important thing. But in some molecules like carbon dioxide, like or methane, okay, or some nitrous dioxide, so there like we have for CO2 we have seen in detail that there is no net dipole moment in the given molecule. But suppose in the molecule, okay, we will try to see that later on. Okay, so this is the first rule. Now second rule is what? The second selection rule is that the harmonic oscillator approximation, that is again a quantum mechanical aspect. Okay, and it states that the absorption of radiation only takes place when this delta V value is again equals to what? Plus or minus 1. Thus the transition where delta V is equals to plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3 will not induce vibrational transition in the given molecule. So important thing is here again this delta V is equals to plus or minus 1. So same type of selection rule that we have obtained for what? Rotational spectroscopy, that is delta J is equals to plus or minus 1. So all the type of molecules which does not interact with the IR radiation, then only those molecules which exhibit the change in dipole moment during the vibration can exhibit what? The IR spectra. Therefore the homonuclear diatomic molecules such as what? H2, O2, N2, Cl2, which does not possess permanent dipole moment, hence they will not show what? The vibrational spectra or IR spectra. So simply we will call them as a IR inactive. So homonuclear diatomic molecule are obviously IR inactive. But now consider the molecules like HCl, CO, N2O, CO2, which shows the change in dipole moment in particular mode of vibration. Okay, so HCl we know that this is a unsymmetrical or polar molecule, so it will show dipole moment. CO is also same, N2O is also same. But what about CO2? Does that have the permanent dipole moment? No. Why? Because the structure of CO2 is linear and the pull of these two oxygen in the opposite direction is equal. Okay, but there is a one mode of vibration in which we can consider the unsymmetric stretching. Means suppose one oxygen atom stretch more than the other one, so overall net dipole moment will be directed in this direction. Okay, so net dipole moment will be in this direction. So we can say that there is some instantaneous dipole moment that has been generated in the molecule due to unsymmetric stretching. Now again there is a bending mode of vibrations, so due to that also molecule can generate a dipole moments, certain instantaneous dipole moment. So we cannot say that like for the heteroatomic molecule we cannot directly say that these are higher inactive, because in vibrational or some bending mode of vibration they can generate instantaneous dipole moment. Okay, so that is we have to again consider for this vibrational spectroscopy. So if the molecule does not possesses the permanent dipole moment, the next step is to study whether it can change its dipole moment in presence of external field. Okay, now next is the what is the nature of this vibrational spectra for the diatomic molecules. Okay, now what is the selection rule? That is again delta V is equals to plus or minus 1. So we will apply this selection rule for the two energy level which are separated by V dash and V double dash for the vibrational frequencies. So we can say that delta V is equals to EV bar or EV double dash minus EV dash, that is V double dash plus 1 by 2 HC omega bar minus V dash plus 1 by 2 HC omega bar, or V double dash minus V into HC omega bar, because this minus 2, so plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2 get cancelled out. So we have been left with only V double dash minus V dash. So now next we can say this EV or the change in energy is simply equals to V double dash minus V dash HC omega bar. But we know that the selection rule, according to selection rule, this V double dash minus V dash is what? Simply equals to plus 1, because here V double dash is of higher energy, so absorption is taking place in the given molecule. So this is equals to what? Plus 1. Now equation, this equation will become what? Simply delta E H V, that is energy of the or energy difference between the two energy levels of vibrational mode, is equals to simply HC omega bar, and this is the energy changes are being quantized 1. So whatever amount of energy difference is there, so that much amount of infrared radiation should be absorbed by the given molecule, that is HC omega bar should be equals to HC nu bar, that is nu bar is what? The frequency of infrared radiation. So in order to absorption we can say that this frequency of absorption and frequency of vibration should be equals to each other, that is the frequency of vibration of radiation, absorption of radiation is equals to fundamental frequency of vibration for the given molecule. So since these energy levels are quite equally spaced at a distance of what? V and V plus 1, so they will giving rise to the same energy. So when two energy levels are equally spaced, they will absorb what? Same amount of radiations. So consequently all the lines in the spectrum will fall in the same place, which will giving rise to the one absorption line in the given molecule. Okay? So this is the expected spectra, that is the molecule should give the one line or the line spectrum in the spectrum provided for the infrared radiations. Okay? But there is condition that the molecule should not have the any rotational energy level changes. Okay, so this is the hypothetical case, that is simple harmonic oscillator, where we have like restricted all the rotational motion, or we can take the molecule in liquid state also. So now consider the diatomic molecule, which is what? Invariably linear one. So the number of modes of vibration is simply 1, because we have seen for the linear molecule it is 3n minus 5 number of vibrational modes, so it is simply 1. So there will be only one mode of vibration. Okay, so this is the only one mode of vibration, and this is for the symmetrical stretching, and this is we call as simple harmonic oscillator. Okay, so pure vibrational spectra which can only be observed in the liquid state, and for pure rotational spectra we need to take what? The molecule is in the gaseous state. Okay, so sometime you might be asked about in which state we are taking the samples. So for rotational spectroscopy we are taking molecules in the gaseous state, and for pure vibrational spectra we are taking molecules or the sample in the liquid state. Okay? Now so far we have seen the rotational spectroscopy or pure rotational spectroscopy, and now we have seen the pure vibrational spectroscopy. But this rotational and vibrational spectroscopy independently, they are like quite rare thing to happen, okay, because in the molecule simultaneously this rotation as well as vibration will takes place. So in order to incorporate that, we have to consider a rotational as well as vibrational spectra within the same same spectrum, okay. So how we can do that? So in order to do that, one addition thing has been done. So instead of pure rotational and pure vibrational, the vibrational and rotational spectroscopy has been established, okay. So how that vibrational and rotational spectroscopy is useful, and what are the various selection rules that are more important for, and which is applicable for almost all the molecules, okay, if we are studying the vibrational and rotational spectra for the given molecule. So far we have studied the pure rotational spectra by the absorption of microwave radiation and pure vibrational spectra by the absorption of what? IR radiation separately. But now we shall consider the model in which both the spectroscopy, that is simultaneously rotation as well as vibration will take place in the given molecule. That is the system in which the harmonic oscillator undergoes the rotational motion. Such a system is called as what? The rotating vibrating rotor. So such a system is simply called as a rotating vibrating rotor, and the diatomic molecule which behaving like the vibrating rotor will absorb the infrared radiation, and it will undergo the vibrational transition accompanied by what? The rotational transition. So first the molecule will undergoes vibrational transition from lower energy to the higher energy, and once it has reached to the particular higher vibrational energy level, that is +1 energy level, there it will again show the rotational energy changes, because it has the rotational energies also. So vibrational and rotational motion takes place quite independent of each other. So the total energy of the molecule will be simply the sum of vibrational motion and rotational motion energy changes. That is, total energy change is nothing but E vibrational plus E rotational. Now there are the selection rule here also. Now these two selection rules are there for rotational spectroscopy. It is what? For rotational spectroscopy it is delta J is equals to plus or minus 1, and for vibrational spectroscopy it is delta V is equals to plus or minus 1. So for this rotational vibrational spectroscopy we need to consider these both rules simultaneously. So we will see this. So when the radiations are absorbed or radiated by the molecule, it is found that theoretically as well as experimentally, the transition which is occurring into the certain energy levels has resulted into the more prominent spectra, or it will show the strong band, which is no, and they will can be accompanied by using certain selection rule. So for harmonic oscillator and rigid rotor, this requires that the vibrational quantum number V and the rotational quantum number should change by the plus or minus 1. That is, delta J is equals to plus or minus 1 and delta V is equals to plus or minus 1. Thus under the condition of delta V is equals to plus or minus 1, the spectral line obtain and clump together, it is called as a R branch, and when delta V is equals to minus 1, it is called as a P branch. Okay, so we'll see this. What do you mean by this R branch and what do you mean by P branch? What is the fundamental modes of frequency? What is first overtone, second overtone, then what are the hot bands? So various terms are there in this IR spectroscopy. So we will try to see this various terms related with IR spectroscopy in the next lecture. Okay.